Back again. But we're not going to hit back again. It's a leg day. It's been like, fuck. It's almost been a week since I hit legs. We did did a hostile weekend of filming, so we kind of had to, I kind of flipped my split around. So they are primed to be thrashed. Last time I did them was on a Friday. And even then, that was just quads. So hamstrings are ready to do some work. Quads are ready to, exert some force. I don't know why, I'm feeling particularly motivated today in terms of having a seriously intense workout, right? Every so often, you should look at yourself uh, in a bodybuilding lifting context and kind of ask yourself, totally honestly, have I seriously been going hard? Have I really been going that hard? Right? And odds are, right, considering the fact that you can always go harder, right, you're probably not. I got to make sure that this leg day is absolutely insane, right? And then when I say that, that doesn't mean that I'm going to change anything about the lift in terms of its structure, right? Like, I see a lot of videos where it's like insane leg day, crazy leg workout, and sure, it's a hard workout, like it takes a long time, but it just ends up being like 10 sets of lunges or and then like a bunch of volume, right? Whereas for me, right, I'm not going to get any benefit from doing extra volume like that. I'm just going to do extra uh, fatiguing damage, to my quads, right? Like, just because you do a workout where you're extra sore afterwards, that doesn't mean that you triggered growth, right? If I tried to run for, if I even tried to run a mile, I'm sure my quads would be absolutely thrashed. Just because, because obviously I never do cardiovascular work with my legs that's that intense. All I do is the seated bike, right? But my legs, my butt, calves, everything would be super sore. That doesn't mean that I did any growth from doing a run like that. That just means I fucking stressed out my muscles. So, a hard lift for me, or making sure that I make this lift extra hard, right, is just gonna be me trying to make sure every set, you know, I pretty much give it as much as I can, right? Within, well, yeah, not even within reason, just as much as possible. So I'm still gonna do 11 sets of hamstrings and 11 sets of quads, right? Hamstring curls, leg extensions. I'm thinking some squats if they feel good. We'll have to see. I'll do it. I'll see. I'm not really sure what's going to go down for quads, but I'm not going to do any extra volume. I'm just going to really make sure every set is insane. And the more often that you can do that, the easier it's going to be, right? Like if you're a totally novice lifter, for one thing, you're just not used to training, but you're only going to be able to exert so much force or so much intensity in a set, right? Like one guy after doing a week of lifting, his sets after that 1 week, he should be able to push himself considerably harder than before he had touched any weights. Right? So that's kind of a diminishing return type deal, right? Obviously, the longer you've been training, you can only push yourself so hard, but right, you got to make sure that you push yourself hard. You know, basic idea: go crazy, go freaking crazy. So 7:40, they close at 9:30. More than enough time. More than enough time. I really hate being cramped like that, so I got to be a little bit more responsible with my time. I did my cardio, and before I got home, I got some canes, and as soon as I finished it, I fell asleep for like 3 hours. So a little bit behind schedule today. But let's get in there and get hamstring started. My pre-hamstring curl routine, before I actually get into the heavy sets now, it's just doing light hamstring curls. Right? Start off with an amount of weight that you can handle with no warm up, obviously. Move it around. So for me, it was just half a stack. Then I kind of just, repped it out until I felt comfortable. So, and a little bit of calves. For me, if I don't warm up my calves before hamstring curls, I'll feel it a little bit in the back of my knee. Sometimes, but if it's a preventative measure that I know works, of course I'm going to do it. So, plan now is just sit here, heavy weight, throw it around. All right. Oh, fuck. Okay. I pretty much exhausted myself on these hamstring curls. Let's go to some cable RDLs. With cable RDLs, or really any RDL in general, right? Your primary focus should be trying to keep your freaking butt out of the equation, right? Because I mean, you're essentially doing a deadlift in a basic sense. So of course you're hinging at your hips, right? So it would, for the untrained lifter, right? He's gonna work his fucking glutes. Now, I mean, I don't know about you. I don't need a bigger butt. I want my fucking hamstrings to hang off the bone. So, in terms of their execution, pretty much all I think about is I put my feet together and I almost try to imagine like tucking, like if I had a tail, tucking it between my legs as I pull the weight upwards. But really, you're just gonna have to try it out and figure it out for yourself. I mean, I didn't do RDLs for years because I couldn't fucking feel it. And then I don't remember when, but one day it just clicked. So 3 here, whole stack, squeeze hard, we're good. Oh God. It would seem I forgot to record set number 10, but it looked the same as the one before this one and this one as well. Oh God. Whew. Oh, okay, let's go warm up on the leg extension, and I'll either show you me starting squats, or leg extensions will be first on the agenda. Come on. Fuck. Oh, jeez. You know, I had two more for sure, but that last one felt a little slow. Ooh. Oh, that's gonna take me a second to recover from. Let's move on to leg extensions. Holy shit. Ugh. So any long-term viewers, you know I've been on a bit of a squat hiatus. And pretty much the only heavy shit I've been doing for quads has been leg extensions. So clearly, the leg extensions have been giving me some solid stimulus if I kept up that much strength. You know, obviously dieting helps as well, but you know, I can't speak highly enough for leg extensions. At least for me. You know, if your knees are fucked and leg extensions feel like shit, you've got my deepest condolences. But let's sit here for, honestly, I think I'm just gonna sit here for the rest of the lift. 10 more sets of these. I've been kind of straying away from single leg and just doing double leg. Kind of just for efficiency's sake. But I'm gonna lock in with this belt so I don't have to hold on for dear life. And just throw some weight around. Get a crazy stretch at the bottom and try to squeeze as hard as possible at the top. I may just splice all these sets together and move on to the pump check. But let's hit this one first. God damn it, let me out. Fuck. Oh. All right, let's just call it there. What was that, only 7? So a little less volume than I would typically recommend. But those squats were fucking hard. I gotta get used to squatting again. Because right now, I mean, my quads feel as thrashed and pumped as they're gonna get. Let's go check it out and get in the car. Oh my God. Let's get the exposure down. It's late, so the Karate Kids aren't in here. Lucky for me. So by now, I mean, the hamstrings, they probably lost some of their pump. But let's be real, even when hamstrings are pumped, they kind of just get a little bit blobby. Like a quad pump, that's what I'm really waiting to see. And with those heavy ass squats in the beginning, plus, I don't know why, but those leg extensions were feeling really good today. What the fuck was that? Towel just fell off the table. That freaked me out. But yeah, so leg extensions were sick. Plus those fucking squats gave me a serious ass and then a fatigue. There's still little lines in there, even with the pump. So this is quads are one thing I'm excited to see really diced and cut up, because for me, once you get big enough and you develop a muscle to a high enough degree, quads and triceps mainly are what come to mind. Not only will you get more separation, right? Because obviously you got like the outside head and this fucking teardrop looking one, then you got this one in the middle. What'll happen is you'll also get these fucking striations, right? Your quads and your triceps will get this feathering effect. And it was starting to poke out for me in the last cut, but I didn't get that trim. Like I could have lost probably another 10 pounds of fat. Well, at least a couple, I don't know how many. Estimating your body fat, the numbers, who gives a shit, man? It's just fucking, it's all about how you look, right? Don't worry about trying to figure out if you're 10 or 12 or 13. Just go by the visual effect, But quads feel fucking worked. Oh my God, even just doing that squat was hard. So, let's get in the car, slam the cluster dextrin, and be on my way. Get the heck out of here. There we go. I just had to sit down for a couple of minutes, scroll some TikToks, unwind. You know the drill. So, apart from the cluster dextrin shake, obviously a staple, post-workout carbs. God damn it. Every time I fucking pack I make my little jug. So, not to do a completely blatant plug, but I'll throw some cluster dextrin in the jugs, or sometimes I'll throw in the hostile intra. Right, same. For me, I'm really in it for the carbs, right? Intra workout carbs, but I always forget to fucking throw ice in here. Like every time I do my lift and I'm starting to sweat, I end up going to the water fountain just because it's cold. I really got to pack this fucker with ice. Whoa. Yeah. Oh man, especially at the Metro. Like, it's a normal temperature at the Y or like at the Planet Fitness, but at that Metro, man, it gets hot. I don't know if it's just the vibe or the temperature. Like, it feels the same when I get in there, but something about it, like halfway through whatever lifts I'm doing, even if it's just arms or shoulders, I'm just drenched. So let's slam this and then get home and get ready for bed. All right. All right, let's go. So, what's my logic with only the one set of squats. I almost turned the light off for whatever reason. It's it's just because squats are fucking hard, right? Almost as hard, as like my logic with not doing deadlifts is the fact that they are just a difficult lift in that it's not very effective in terms of energy conservation, right? Like once that one set of squats, I was out for like 5 minutes before I felt comfortable to do another set when I got to the leg extension. Whereas with the leg extensions, I was waiting maybe a minute, 2 minutes, and I was just completely destroying my quads. But also, I mean, if I try to do another set of squats after that top set, it just does not feel the same for whatever reason. Maybe that's just me. So if you love throwing in like 4 or 5 sets of squats in the beginning of your lift, don't let me change it up for you. But squats have always been a one and done for me. Right, just get some crazy cardboard box in the street, some crazy exposure to weight. Like my quads had more tension on them during that set of squats than any set of quad extensions I've ever done. But again, it kind of works some glutes, it works some lower back, and I'm not here to hit glutes and lower back. I'm here to hit legs. Legs being hamstrings and quads. But the squat, I mean, I don't know. I don't know if another movement is going to build that same amount of just like strength, which ends up translating towards leg extensions, which honestly is my primary movement for quads. But also, sissy squats or pendulum squats or hack squat. Sometimes I throw those in. But I've definitely been on a leg extension kick for a long time. So today's pump, in terms of its volume, it really wasn't insane. Like I think I didn't drink enough water today. Because I fucking slept for like half the day. But it felt insanely tense. Like even without flexing, if you seriously thrash your quads, just standing up in a relaxed position, they should feel like you're fucking flexing them. I saw, speaking of pumps, I just saw a comment about some guy, and he told me early, like he said he was a beginner lifter, maybe 150, 60 pounds. He was like, I do my workouts. I don't mean to do like a mean voice. He was like, I do my workouts like normal, but I just never finish with a pump. Is there something wrong? And to that, I would say, yeah, there is something wrong for sure. I mean, I don't know what his workout routine is specifically, or how he's doing his reps, or how hard he's going, or if he's taking a pre. But for me, even when I started lifting, even at 160, right? I would still have a fucking, I'd be going into the little gym locker room in my high school when I would lift in the weight room during my study hall at the end of the day. And I was only benching 185 for reps, but I was still checking out the pump. So, if you're huge or if you're small, in a relative sense, you're gonna want to finish your lift with a pump, right? So let's I don't really know what his workout routine was, but let's say if he's doing arms, man, maybe you're calling your sets a little bit too early and you should be pushing yourself harder. Or maybe you're doing the sets too light and you're not using enough weight. I mean, I really couldn't tell you. But if you're not finishing your lift with a pump, then like I don't want to say you're doing it completely wrong, but I think you should probably reevaluate your training style. Right? Obviously, I mean the pump isn't the only indicator of a good lift, but it's definitely a big one, right? To the extent that, I wouldn't want to do a lift if I didn't get a pump, right? Or let's put it this way. If someone put me through a workout and they decided the movements, the reps, right, the weight, like they decided all of that for me, and I did the lifts and I got no pump from it, then I'd be like, all right, thanks for the workout, man, but you didn't help me at all, right? You know, if you, so let me break down some staples of a good lift, in my opinion. And from my perspective, I recommend this to everybody, right? All lifters, new, old, for any specific muscle group, let's say, well, for any muscle group, right? By the time you've done about, I say 8 to 12, and that gap may be even bigger in terms of the lower end. Like today, I only did 7 sets of leg extensions, or no, I only did 7 sets of quads. So let's even be a little bit more uh, not conservative. Let's be a little more liberal with it. What you get what I'm trying to say? If let's say you do 6 to 11 sets for a body part, right? Your workout fits somewhere in that volume, right? And you do some heavy sets at the beginning, maybe 8 to 12 reps, and then you transition more so to a little bit lighter movement. Like for chest, this would be like a heavy pressing in the beginning, and then cable flies or pec deck towards the end. By the time you've done about, let's just say, half your lift ish with the heavy shit, and then the second half with lighter squeezing movements, right? By the time you've done that 6 to 12 or 6 to 11, let's just say 9-ish to simplify it, you should be fully pumped, right? And if you're not, then I would say you're probably going to want to increase the intensity, right? Make sure you seriously go hard, get hyped up. Before every fucking set I did today, I was huffing and puffing, playing my music loud. It's like, oh, come on, come on. You get what I'm saying? Like that shit, you know, it's a mentality thing, right? If you're in the zone, it's going to be way easier for you to go hard in your sets. But yeah, 9-ish reps, 9-ish sets, heavy stuff at the beginning, lighter stuff towards the end. You're fully pumped. That was a good lift. So take with that what you will. I'm not saying that's a fact. That's just sort of my opinion on the matter. But that's been pretty much my go-to method for a long time. Not since the beginning, because obviously the first year or so, I was doing some weird shit. I was doing 25 sets per body part per lift twice a week. So that would mean I was doing push-pull legs, right? And every arm day, or every chest day was 25 sets of chest. And every arm day was 25 sets of curls and 25 sets of pushdowns. Way more than I needed. Way freaking more than I needed. So, main idea, if you're not getting a pump, you have a problem. You have a problem which you need to solve ASAP. And, I probably don't even have the perfect answer, right? You got to figure that shit out for yourself. Because I don't know your exact situation. So, plan now is to go home, make some, I think they're cilantro chicken wontons from Costco. Love those. Probably do fucking, I don't know how many, a big ass bowl. Eat some more food before bed, and then cardio in the morning and chest tomorrow night. I'm already looking forward to it. So I will see you next time.